So, I wanted to join in on this 30-day Instagram song challenge, but I don't have a Chunky Music Instagram or even just a Chunky Wonky Donkey Instagram, so I'll do it in this video instead. And obviously, it'll be all the days in one video instead of one a day, because that would just be a bit tedious, wouldn't it? Day 1, song you discovered this month. The only new song or album in this case that I can think of listening to in the past month off the top of my head is Wild Mood Swings by The Cure, so I'd go with one of the songs from that album. I've only listened to it a couple of times, it's alright. Some of it's a bit cheesy so far, but maybe it'll grow on me a little more.
I'll never really get more hope or any more time.
Day 2, a song that always makes you smile. Jesus, that's so broad. If you like music, like a lot of songs will make you smile, won't they? Alright, I'll go with Holiday by Weezer because it is pretty upbeat and it is also God tier. Day 3, a song that makes you cry. Well, if I was doing this literally, I wouldn't pick a single song because I don't think I've ever cried listening to a song before. Is that normal? Well, it's true regardless. So I'll go with something like Neutral Milk Hotel, Two-Headed Boy Part 2. I mean, the lyrics are pretty much nonsense, but there's a whole lot of sheer emotion behind it, so it still comes out pretty powerful.
As your mouth moves in mine, soft and sweet.
Therefore, okay, that's gonna be the last one with the SpongeBob narrator voice. Okay, a song that you know all the words to, pretty broad as well. Alright, so out of the most listened songs in my music library, I'm going to go with Comin' Home by Hum, because I remember looking up the lyrics for it sometime recently, and also it is an absolute slapper.
Clearly in this afternoon, clearly we will have to turn and come home soon.
Next up is a song that proves you have good taste, which is extremely arrogant, I feel. So I think I'll go with a song that I love that's also somewhat popular, Let It Happen by Tame Impala. Pretty popular for a song that's nearly 8 minutes long. And yep, we stan Kevin Parker in this house.
Let it happen, let it happen.
Next up is a song title that is all in lowercase. Well, finally, that's one that's a little more objective, so that I'll have to look through my music library for one. Alright, well, I don't listen to someone like Billie Eilish or Ariana Grande, so this one was a bit tough to find. The only one that comes to mind is Boom 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 by Black Midi from Schlagenheim, a brilliant album from last year. Next up, a song that's all in uppercase. Seems like old Mac DeMarco has a thing for making song titles all uppercase, so I'm gonna go with Because I'm a Boy from his early band Makeout videotape. Day 8, an underrated song. I mean, that could pretty much describe the majority of the music that I listen to. I'll go with a band that are underrated that I've talked about quite a bit on this channel, Failure. And I'll go for an underrated song even by their standards. A song called Wake Up from their Outtakes album Golden. Apparently this was an outtake from their Fantastic Planet album sessions. But motherfucker, this was more than good enough to be on that album.
I'm gonna be there when you find the border.
Next up is a song title that has 3 words, and according to my music library, one of my most listened to songs with 3 words in the title is Close My Eyes by the band Ride. People go on about their debut album Nowhere a lot, but for me, their debut mini LP Smile is where the shit's at. Ride in their early days were actually surprisingly filthy. Day 10, song from your childhood. I have to go with Clint Eastwood by Gorillaz. Probably the first song that I truly obsessed over. Next is a song that reminds you of summer. Nothing really comes to my mind automatically, so I'm just gonna pick something with summer in the title. It'll be Celebrated Summer by Husker Du. Next up is a song you feel embarrassed listening to. Well, I do unironically listen to Coldplay still, so in terms of what song by them might be the most embarrassing, it makes sense to go to their 2015 album A Head Full of Dreams. Yes, I actually liked songs from that album, and my favourite one, probably Everglow. The more I think about it, the more I feel that song is pretty generic as fuck. So there's my embarrassing song, though not really, because I still like the song, but yeah. Day 13 is the first song that comes up on Shuffle. So I did that with my library of possibly 4,000 songs or more now, and I came up with a Smashing Pumpkins song from a disc of rarities called Judas O, and the song is Because You Are. Next up is a song that someone showed you. Now, I first heard this song during some form of music-related class in high school, or senior school, as we call it here, or at least where I went to. And yeah, the teacher played this song for all of us, and it was a song by the Beatles, but it was the song Tomorrow Never Knows. Having not really heard much of proper psychedelic music at that point, that shit turned my brain upside down. Now, I'm certainly not a proper Beatles fan by any stretch of the definition, but I do like a handful of their songs a bit, and this is definitely one of them.
Turn off your mind, relax and float downstream.
Number 15, a song from a movie soundtrack, Bad Days by the Flaming Lips. That song was in Batman, with the one with the Riddler. Which one was that? Batman Forever, I think? Yeah, it's Batman Forever. Don't really care for the movie, but love this song. Day 16, a song with no words. Well, I scrolled through my iTunes library to find the instrumental that I've apparently listened to the most, and that is a song called Echoes by Digitalism. That's something that remains from back in the day when I was briefly more into electronic or mainstream electronic music than alternative rock, though I think Digitalism are really the only electronic band that I had that much enthusiasm for as a whole. Day 17, a song about being 17. What kind of bullshit prompt is that? How many songs exist about being 17, for God's sake? Day 18, a song that reminds you if somebody. Really don't know what to make of that prompt. So I'm going to go with Gloria by U2, because obviously listening to U2 makes you think of Bono, and the fact that Bono is a bit pompous maybe, but that won't stop me from defending U2's first 3 albums, because they are pretty rad. Day 19, a song to drive to. I don't know, let's go with bloody Sister Ray by the Velvet Underground, so I can make sure it's something that covers the whole length of the drive, you know.
I'm searching for my mainline. I said I couldn't hit.
Day 20, a song with a number in the title. Well, another look through my music library tells me that the most listened song that has a number in the title, either numerical or spelt out, is 4 to the Floor by Star Sailor. That is the electronic remix that they played on the radio, not the original version, which isn't surprising because that's another song that's remained from way back when I was younger. Still holds up. It's really pleasant. Day 21, a song you listen to at 3 a.m, which is a bit stupid because I could literally listen to any song at 3 a.m, but for Day 21 I'm going to go with A Forest by The Cure, because it definitely has that dark feel without being so dark that it would be creepy to listen to at night, you know. Also, it's still as god tier as it was when I first heard it years ago. Next up is a song with a long title. Another check in my music library shows that the longest song title in the library is by Car Seat Headrest, called Joe Gets Kicked Out of School for Using Drugs with Friends, but says this isn't a problem.
We are just teens who start.
Song with a colour on the title. Apparently my most listened to song with a colour on the title is White Spider by Smashing Pumpkins, from their Machina 2 album, which was released for free, so bit of a hidden gem there.
White spider, will you
24, a song that you've had stuck in your head. Well, I feel like in terms of recently, there hasn't really been one song that's been constantly stuck in my head. But at the start of this year, there's a song that I hadn't properly listened to for many years that just suddenly went back in my head and never left for like a whole month. It's a song called Counting the Beat by The Swingers. It's a band from New Zealand, and that was their one hit song. And I forgot how much of a bloody banger it was. Checked out the rest of their stuff. They were a very short-lived band, but yeah, they had some pretty damn good songs, actually. So I very much recommend them, especially if you're a big new wave fan. Day 25, a song in a different language. Well, there are one or two bands that I can choose from here, and one of those is Os Mutantes. That's some Brazilian psychedelic pop for you. Day 26, a song that helps you fall asleep. Going back to the shoegaze thing, there's a song by Slowdive, instrumentals called Eric's Song. Good song for just, laying back and reflecting about whatever's on your mind, 27, a song you describes how you feel right now. A song that describes how you feel right now. That answer obviously, I Hate Myself and Want to Die by Nirvana. I mean, that song is bloody great, but I'd say, all things considered, I'm generally pretty happy. So I'll go with a song called Happy by a band called Ned's Atomic Dustbin. Yes, that is a band name that exists.
You fly off the handle, which I'm not there.
28, a song you used to hate but love now. There is one that immediately comes to mind. Atrocity Exhibition by Joy Division. When I first heard that album, that song just felt like unlistenable, ear-bleeding muck. But when I listened to it again a few years later, after I'd heard a bit more experimental music since then, it felt not quite as weird as it used to sound, so I started enjoying it. There you go.
This is the way, step inside. This is the way, step inside.
Day 29, a song you have/want to download. What? I don't know, let's just go with Vincent Come On Down by Brainiac, because those Brainiac boys still need some more love. And go watch my video on them if you haven't already. And the last one is a song you want to share, which I guess is pretty much a free-for-all as well. So, I guess I'll go with a song by a band that I haven't talked about on this channel before, TV on the Radio. I first heard this song Staring at the Sun when I was 15 or 16, and I was just immediately floored. That bass line, man. But also, Tunde Adebimpe is an incredible vocalist. His vocal lines and harmonizing is just unlike anyone else. Go and check out the whole EP that this song was originally from, Young Liars. Hands down the greatest EP of all time for me. Just 4 songs, but each of them is them at their best. That's definitely value for money. And you also get a hidden track, which is or not quite as good as the others, but still alright. So that's what my 30-day song challenge would probably be if I had an Instagram account that I felt like sharing it on. So I hope you enjoyed, maybe discovered some new songs, and yeah, see ya.